Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back again on Bullgrazer Ridge and a bit of farming simulator. Yes, you are. And I know what you're thinking. What you're thinking is, hey Colonel, what's in the back of the truck? Well, at the moment it's full of bits of rogue log that I found lying around. Yeah, there's a couple of bits. And a box of eggs back from when I owned chickens, which was a very long time ago. I found a box of eggs on the side of the road. And now they're basically my lucky mascot. A box of rotting eggs. Tasteful. Anyway, where is he? Johnny Helper is busy doing laps of the main field there. Well, it's not actually. This is the secondary field. Anyway, Johnny Helper is lapping it. He's planting it up with some wheat, because I like wheat. And because we're making some money. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making some money. And then once we've made the money, we're going to deal with the brown down at the far end of the farm. Stick around and we'll get to that immediately. Right, as you can make out, I've been at it for a while. I've got loads of bales all over the joint. We've just ploughed up the new field. I went over the edge, so I had to go and redo that. We now need to move stuff around a bit in order to get the show ready to be on the road. Now, before I do that, however, I do need to hay the pigs. Hey, pigs! And then we're just going to grab hold of this. There you go, lift it up. That's it. And then, all being well, we just turn it on. I can't remember what the turn it on button is. Is it that one? There you go, they are. Hay the pigs! That's it, hose them down. Have at it. I know it's straw, but whatever. So you bung a bale in the top, and then you turn the thing on, and it will straw the pigs. Pigs love it. Yeah, it's all about strawing the pigs these days. I've got 21 pigs now. It's 21 of them. Look at them all. Yeah, arguably, I mean, this thing is supposed to store 100 of them, and I would suggest that potentially it wasn't quite large enough for 100. But hey, what do I know? Right, put that down. Get that out of the way. Good. Now, I'm going to need to move a bunch of stuff around. The two objectives that we have is, firstly, do something with the brown, and then secondly, make some kind of storage facility for all my kit. As you can see, at the moment, it just sort of, I leave it in the middle of wherever. And I've been doing that partly out of laziness, as you'd expect, but partly out of a sense of, I will organically work out where the best place for storage is. Yeah, that's a thing. Because what you don't want is to be storing it somewhere out of the way. It's like this road here, right? Yeah, I built this with the best of intentions. The problem is that the only way I go up this road is that way. And therefore, this little left-hand turn that we've got going on there, completely worthless. You want to go straight, like that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. It just makes more sense. I think I was possibly trying to be a little too clever. I know, me. But there it is. So I've got an absolute ruddy... The Stump Ripper's still kicking around up here. I haven't used it in ages. But yeah, I've got 250 grand, which should be more than enough to cope with everything that needs coping with. Right, now then, this is always a hassle. No, you've gone the wrong way. There you go. Do that. Yeah. Wiggle it. All right, lift this. There you go. Right. Oh, I was pushing the wrong way. Big bum. And that should do the trick. There you go. This always gets snagged on that pile of detritus that's going on there. But once it's done, we can then just go, have at it. Yeah. You can see how the money adds up, right? Basically, what I've taken to doing is, rather than grabbing the bales off the field as soon as they've been baled, is I'll leave them to fester for a bit. That way, you're guaranteed that you haven't got grass bales. You've definitely got silage bales, because the silage bales pay big bucks. So we do as much of that as possible, and you can see where previous wagonages have been unloaded. Let's deploy that now. I'm really hoping that this just goes absolutely bananas and grabs the lot, but I suspect there's going to be a bit of faffing involved in making this work. We'll see. There you go. Yeah, see, that's two. Yeah, good. Yeah, because obviously I've got to shift all of these in order to get to work. So, I mean, arguably, the time to have done that would have been when I'm not recording. But I can walk you through instead the glorious schemes that I have in mind, or rather the glorious ideas for schemes that I have been concocting by way of the mod workshop. But before we get to that, you may possibly be able to observe on the field that has got bales all over it at the moment that there is one straw bale in there, sticking out like a straw bale amid a bunch of silage bales. Yeah, I know, it didn't necessarily scan that. Yeah, I basically do one straw bale every time I harvest a field, and that way I've got plenty going on for the pigs. Because as the pigs become more numerous, then the requirement for baleage is going to be that much larger. Come on, there you go. That's it. Yeah, the beautiful stack now destroyed. I possibly ought to get some kind of barn for this caper, but you know, one step at a time. In front of me there, that white wagon, that's my manure spreader. Not really used it much, because with only a couple of dozen pigs, you don't get that much manure crop up, as it were. Which is why it's still relatively pristine. I think it's been on one outing in total. That's okay. It all counts. You know, it all makes a difference. A turning circle with this trailer attached is pitiful. I mean, basically all I have to do is just reverse it into the bales. There you go, like that. Yeah, and then it'll just start snagging them. Right, good. So this is 3 loads of bales that we've got to do first. Now I could very easily skip to the point that I've done all of this, and I might do as soon as I start to run light on what it is I've got to say. But for the time being, I have got things to say. So we've got this green space next to the pig farm, and I'm thinking, well, do more pig farm. You're already equipped to be transferring pigs and making profit out of them. Why not just do some more? Okay, go, no. Variety is the variety of varieties. So no, we won't do pigs in there. Instead, this whole area is going to be oh, you should have kept moving, you fool. The whole area is going to combinationally be beehives, because that's canon, and some tree farming. Yeah, we're never going to cut them down. I just want to make them look nice. Now, they're all going to be poplars like these big fellas over here. I don't know if they're fully grown, but something is stopping them leafing lower down. And I wonder if the game is clever enough to recognise that the lower halves of those trees are in shadow, and therefore it doesn't give them any leaf growth. I would be very surprised and more than a little bit impressed if that were the case, but I suspect it isn't. I suspect they just grow like that in order to make people who, for some perverse reason, get off on doing your tree harvesting caper, just, you know, that'll make them chipper. Well, whatever. It doesn't work for me. So, right, oh yeah, press it again. There you are. Unload. I love the money you make from bales. I love it. In fact, out of this section that we're doing here, I could have enough to buy more land, but no, we will not be buying more land until we have made the best of the land that we've got. Now, the big chunk of land down the bottom near those pre-manufactured sheds, I mean, it's lovely. I mean, that's a massive bit of land that you could do some very epic things on, but it's £500,000. Now, I might get to, I don't know, 400 grand out of this lot, but I certainly won't get to £500,000. The good news is I haven't got to grab all the bales off the field for this caper. I've just got to move all of the stuff that is currently in the way. Yeah, and that's this lot. Right, okay, this is going to take ages. I'll be back once I've done all of this. I might even play it at high speed, just for, you know, giggles. Right, job 1 done. Now then, next job is to get all the paraphernalia out of the way. So we need to dispatch that and then switch over to this one, put it at a suitable height, get rid of that as well. Good. And then we've got to move all of this clobber, because obviously it's not going to let me build new bits while I've got bits of clobber in the way. So we'll get that done. Should be relatively straightforward. It's just a case of, you know, pick it up, shift it, come back, pick some more up, shift that too, come back, rinse, repeat until we're job done. Now, I don't think this is where I really want my vehicle park. Now, while I was doing yonder baling action there, I thought, well, what about down by your poplars? You know, the poplars aren't creating as much of a screen from the cliffside as you had perhaps hoped, and therefore you could just park everything in there. And I went, yeah, you could. The problem with it is that everything is kind of designed around this central road that I've got going on, which, you know, it exists to make it easy to get from one end to the other and move the kit where you need it. And you kind of go, oh well, I put the stuff in the middle. Then you go, no, you're having a laugh. No, that is not a good place to park anything. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So sheds, yeah, for vehicles. Now, I mean, the only reason that I want sheds for vehicles is to make the place look a little bit more orderly. I mean, even when I've been, you know, just generally leaving stuff lying around, as I have done here, you know, there is still some order to it. Maybe not the best order ever, but there is some order to what we've got deployed and leaving around and so forth. Hang on, I'm going to regret leaving it all in the middle of a field, of course. But the one thing that I'm not going to be doing is monkeying with this field at the moment. Could possibly pull the field out this way a little bit further, but then you're going to run into space issues, because we can't really push the cliff back any further. Well, it could, but it will look awful. So I'm not going to push the cliff back any further. This Bredal fertilizer wagon, one of the best purchases I've made, because it also does lime. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't underestimate how useful that is. Right now, I shoved this out of the way earlier on, but so it's okay. Got it. All right, have you? Looks like you've snagged yourself on the edge of the manure pit there. Nah, that's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You never know when you're going to need a shover. All right. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Now, last thing to grab is the red set of forks. Now, the red set of forks, they don't fit quite so readily on the front of this tractor. They will do, but you've got to manoeuvre in very carefully indeed. You can't just, you know, sort of line it up and make it happen. You've got to be very careful. Like that. Yep. So exactly like that is how careful you need to be. Good. Right. And come on, grab. Thank you. There we are. Because the schnoz on my Massey Ferguson here is just a little bit on the lengthy side for that. But it's all right. It's okay. It's all good. Right. Dump those. No. Dump those. No. Wait. Hold on. That one. Dump them. Thank you. And then we've got to go back and get the shovel. And then, and then we can build some stuff. And I'm still not 100% sure what we're going to do. I kind of know the buildings that we're going to be using, but I've no idea how they're going to fit together. I've done no trial run or anything along those lines. We're going at it cold, which is the funnest way to do anything at all. It is. Yeah, it totally is. Right, okay, you park it there. Let's go shopping. Right, now, landscaping I'm going to do afterwards or during. Yes, if we need a bit of landscape taken care of. So, first up, now, do me bees live with animals? No, they don't. Just for the sake of argument, let's have a look and see if this pig farm would fit in. I don't know which way I'm facing. Which way am I facing? Wrong way. Okay, fine. Okay, that's fine. Just to see if it will fit in alongside the one I've already got. I don't think it will. I've got a suspicion here that it's not going to, not unless you decide to sacrifice some more land to the gods of piggery. Nah, stuff the gods of piggery. Stuff them. Also, it wants to fit up there. And to be honest, I'm not that into pigs in the first place. I mean, I like them, you know. Never met a pig I didn't like. But no, there we go. Right, now then, vehicle workshop, we want one of those for the the whole area. But here's the bee house. Bee house. Oh, they're tiny. Now, these passively earn a spot of income, which is a delight. So I can just dot these around the joint when we're done. Yeah, okay, that's later decoration. We've got some fencing, barbed wire fencing. See, I'm all about that. That'll come in handy. We've got some food mixers. That's good, but expensive. Want a gas station so that I never have to leave the farmland ever again, apart from seeds. Although, to be honest, I'll probably buy a seed station thing. Greenhouse. Okay, what are you colliding with? I find it very difficult to believe you're colliding with anything at all, unless the footprint for this pig farm is larger than I have given credit. Now, if I put this here, Johnny Helper's going to complain at me every single time he does a gig, because he won't be able to turn around because there'll be a greenhouse in the way. We could greenhouse up here. You could. Now, if I was going to greenhouse, which I am, then I want one of each. Their function is largely limited to. There you go. That's come out all right. Yeah, we committed to that. There you go. There you go. We'll have a lettuce one next to it if I can make it work. Might need to do a little bit of land smoothage in order to make that happen. In your own time, there, greenhouse. There you go. Bang that on about there. Yeah, up to about here. Yeah, that's where I want it to sit. Collides with an object. Flipping doesn't. All right. Okay. Well, look. We'll put it in a line there then. Yeah, okay, right. First, landscape that bad boy. Yeah. Yeah, there is a good chance that I'm gonna have to do some latter day. I need the controls up for this. What do we want? We want flatten. Right. Grab this, flatten out that way. Yeah, it really hasn't, has it? No, it hasn't. Look, it's very simple. See how this is sat on a plinth? Grab it, yeah, bring it this way. You're sort of getting it. That's a little bit closer, I suppose. And then, yeah, you can do all of that too. Yeah, that's good. All right, yeah. No, wait. Grab that bit. There you go, and come out this way. Now, don't worry about all these rectangular edges. We will resolve those when we've finished resolving everything else. Between the smoothing gun and a little bit of appropriate texturing. And then some concealment, probably with barbed wire fencing. It'll come out all right. Just believe in the process, people. Who are the process people? Yes, very good. Right. Yeah. Okay. Assuming you can get another greenhouse on there, then that should be peachy. Let's have a look. Hit this one. No. Yeah, that one. Right. Greenhouse, please. Lettuce. If I don't get some lettuce, well, there'll be hell to pay. Right, what else? We've got a big bee house. No. It's all about the little bee hutches. That's what I'm all about. There you go. Yeah, see, look, if it were to sit in there, that'd be quite tasteful. In fact, we could have it at 90 degrees to the existing one. The only thing that's important here is that they are on a really, really similar height, ideally the same height. Okay, well, you can have similar. Now, as long as I can get the smoothing gun in there and even those out a little bit, I'll be okay with it. Right, okay. Right, that's that bit. What's next? Well, we keep scrolling and we find the next thing to take our interest. Right, these lot. There we go. Yeah, farm, dry, yeah. And it liquids and the shelf, whatever. Those will be placed once I've got my sheds up, which I might move to relatively quickly. Anything else? We'll use some road barriers as well, just to keep things, under control. Anything else in here? No, not until you've got your sheds kind of fixed. Okay, now we've got the other side. Let's go and have a quick look at that before we get to work. We've got that other side. I have no idea what to put in there, but it should be something sizable. Maybe that's where the shed goes. Yeah, the only problem is that it's going to try and flatten the ground out, and this has got a gentle incline that turns into really quite not a gentle incline. Now, if I were to smooth all of this out down to kind of base height, then this road ramp effort malarkey here becomes too steep to do anything with as far as getting vehicles up. I mean, you could, but it'll look ridiculous. It'll look like you're, you know, green laning up the side of a mountain. Get rid of that. Give me this. Right, so sheds. Yes. Now, I mean, one easy thing we could do is we could just go silos. But frankly, I've got one, and I rarely fill that up either. Now, these easy sheds that have a bit of sidewall action are good, but I frequently need access. What about these? What about hangers? It's very tempting to use a hanger, isn't it? Yeah, this one's got windows. Oh, better than Linux. Hey, right, yes. I don't know. Hold on, well, look, grab one. Flipping heck, look at the size of that. Okay. Well, yeah, you could probably make that work. And then you could go grab the ramp and ramp up to it. It's just going to be awkward. Every bit of use of this is going to be a pain in the bum. Yeah. I mean, it only wants to place in a few places. You can find somewhere to place it that'll be fine, but getting in and out of it is going to be a right hassle. Okay. Now, yes, I remember the other thing that I wanted to do, and I can't remember where it is. Is it under decorations? One wanders. No. Okay. Where else? I've been in all of these. Is it in the farmhouses? Oh, there's that. This is the farmhouse that I want. It's a porta cabin. It's got aircon though. Right, and no, it's not in here at all. I think they're going to have hid it. Yes, they're going to have hid it in tree whatnot, because I got the orchard, a bit of orchard modificationary. The thinking being that no, it's not here. Okay, you did enable it, didn't you? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not. No, I'm not either. It's suddenly coming to my attention that I might not have actually enabled the thing. Oh, it's okay. It's painless enough. You just reload the game, turn it on, everybody's happy. Oh, yeah. Get the orchards in, and then with the space remaining on your landscape, you will be able to figure out what you're sticking where. All right, I'll do that. Let's go. Right, let's get this tractor out of the way and try again. Now, I also picked up a couple of extra sheds, just in case I require a few extra shed options. You've run over your pitchfork there. That's okay, it's all right. It's okay, it's good. Right, shop in. Let's go. Now then, it should be in, I don't know, it'll be in one of these. Let's try miscellaneous, because it does feel ruddy miscellaneous. Right, okay, yeah, there's all the fences. Right, oranges or apples? Well, both. Ooh, look at the size of it. That's a good size orchard, and it will fit there. All right, okay. How close can we get to the? Actually, we don't want to get too close to the pig farm. All right, if we bang it in about here, yeah, that's tasteful. Okay. Now, the trick is going to be making the whole thing hang together in as tasteful a fashion as possible. As you know, this is the home of tasteful whatnot. Let's go grab the orange one. I see that's a slightly different size. Is it? You sure? Can't be 100% certain. Now that looks like it's the interactivity zone. So if I were to spin this round in your own time, there, Tiger, and get the interactivity zones facing one another, then I could interact with both very efficiently. All right, there you go. Line it up a bit. How's that look? Ish. Good enough. Right, how far do you need to go this way? All the way over here. Oh, well, that's no good to me. Try anything at all. Come on, around here somewhere. Go on, surely you want to. That's only a bird. We can place it on top of the bird. Zoom in a bit. Maybe we can get a little bit more lively out of this if we zoom in a smidge. That's close, and the follow-up word there is enough. Right, good. Let's X out of that. Give me this. Give me the landscaping, and then we'll do a bit of early smoothing, because now with these four, we've got the right kind of setup to just kind of ease that in and kind of decorate around the edges of it. So what we want here is smooth, which is the middle mouse button. I should know that off by heart, really, shouldn't I? Right, left control, up strength. Anything less than maximum smoothage, I'm not playing. Give it some of that. Yeah, get to it. Right, there we go. Now, I don't expect this to be entirely lump-free when we're done, but semi-lumpless would be very helpful. Just, you know, for ease of traversal rather than anything else. I'm all about the ease of traversal, me. Yeah, you're gonna have to decrease your brush size a smidge in order to get to some of these hard to reach areas. Okay, that's all right. Yeah. Look, I mean, look, you've got a bit of a ridge there, and basically the approach that we're going to take is either get rid of the horror stories in the landscape, or conceal the horror stories in the landscape. Yeah, there are two different approaches that we can take to make this work. Right, stick around there. Poplars, yeah, and barbed wire. Perfect. Right, let's just ease the top edge of that. That's it. Now with the right texture, that will look almost good. Yeah. Right, now I'll also actually bring this back up again because you've gone a bit far there. That's it. That's better. Yeah. Mediocre. It is, isn't it? Isn't it mediocre? You could treat this as kind of some kind of side access kind of caper. You could, or you could, you know, fix it. No, side access caper. All right, okay. So do you want to robust that a little bit more? I think I do want to robust it a little bit more. So if we grab there, yeah, and then bring that along like this, yes. All right, and then we go back to this one and ease it that way. The thinking here is that you get an even slope going upwards, which is not what we've got. No, it's not, is it? All right, okay, try it again, but, you know, better. All right, here we go. Like so. Because if we get a slightly more aggressive whatnot there, I'll conceal that. What will you conceal it with? Poplar trees and barbed wire. Yeah, this is it. You know, forget your concealer stick there, makeup friends. No, poplar trees and barbed wire. If anything's gone wrong with facial blemishes and whatnot, bang a poplar tree on it. That'll sort it right out. Would you mind awfully if, you know, would you? I mean, you've got some dreadful subsidence going on here. I mean, I can conceal some of it with poplar trees and barbed wire. Yeah. Hey, you've clearly seen the method. Right, I just keep wanging it that way. See if the money moves at all. Oh, it moved a little bit there. Go on. All right, make it even smaller. Go on. Get in there. Go on. Just reach those hard to reach nooks and crannies. No, the nooks and crannies are staying put. No, hold on. We can get this though. That's going. And this is why you max strength, otherwise you're here all flipping day. Right, okay, that's horrible. But ultimately, it's okay. We'll make it work. It'll be fine. There will be good stuff that comes out the other end of this. I mean, it only looks particularly hateful at the moment because of the number of different textures that we got going on, but we'll fix that as well. Yeah, okay, right, yeah. Don't just spend the rest of this episode wafting a brush around going, oh yeah. Right, so sheds. I think this is the shed zone here. And I think we can do something more interesting right next to the pig farm. Maybe slap another orchard in. Because at the moment it's rather, you know, we've got a bit of perfunctory orchard occurrence going on. So maybe we can, I don't know, let's have a look. That's the only answer that we need is give it a look, see what you find. Right. Is this too big? Yeah, it's too big. You're not going to get that alongside you. All right, well, maybe a little chicken hutch. Huh? Yeah, all right, try that. Chicken, small, 20 large. No, 20 small is what we're after. Give it some rotate. Yeah, they don't need much. I grow wheat. I like wheat. Wheat's good for growing. No, there is something in here that it does not want to play with. it better not be all of that cut flipping grass. Well, look, let's do a quick experiment and see if it will lie anywhere where I've got cut grass. Oh, don't tell me I've got to go and deal with all the grass clippings. Well, see, look, on the field, happy. All right, what's it upset about there? Oh, heaven knows. All right, what about over here? I'm desperately trying to get it to lie anywhere where there's grass cuttings, because then I don't have to go clean them all up. I think I might have to go clean them all up though. Yeah. Yeah. See, happy. Then you got bales and all sorts in the way there as well. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to go clean up all my grass clippings. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, so I've de-grass clipped. I don't think it's going to do it though. I think that there is a more fundamental problem here that is likely to manifest, but we'll find out pretty quickly. I would have thought, because I have utterly cleaned this. I tried several kind of inverted commas quick approaches before just going, I'll just mow the whole flipping thing and get it done. So I mowed the whole flipping thing and got it done. Now we did have a flash of green there, but it was overlapping with my road. Oh, you see there. Now I wonder if that's down to the footprint of the pig farm. I think it's probably quite a safe bet to say that it's probably down to the footprint of the pig farm. It needs a little bit more space in between. How much space? Keep going in. Zoom right in, and then we'll see when it decides to be forgiving. The other thing I could do, of course, is we could try and get that loading zone on the inside, and then maybe we just get a semi likable piece of fence on the road. Yeah. But of course, the loading zone itself is going to be part of the chicken farm footprint. Right, there we go. That looks like that's the closest we can get. Yeah. Well, you don't lose a lot of road. You lose enough, though, don't you? Oh, what was that? That looked promising. Or was that an aberration? Did I imagine that it was promising, and in fact it's not promising at all? It's exactly what you just described. It is pretty much, isn't it? Keep wiggling and see what you get. Yeah, that's about it. That's about your limit, and I don't think that's going to do it. I don't think that'll do the trick at all. Bum. Now, obviously, I could, and am prepared to, in fact, reshape the fields that I've got in order to make this work. You know what? I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to stick this in here. In fact, this is going to be a part 1. Yeah, in part 1, which is what you are currently watching, I shall place all of the various bits of gubbins. In part 2, I shall make the farm work with the various bits of gubbins that we got going on. Right, so chickens are back. Now, chickens are pretty low maintenance. You know what we need here? Silo. That's what's going to be useful there. We'll move the silo from the other end of the proceedings and stick it up here, if it will fit. Well, hold on. Look, it just fit immediately right there. So I want to twizzle that around the other way, like this, because then effectively I've got all of my feed store right next to the places that use the feed. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. No, I like it. It means I've got to empty the existing one, but now we're starting to get some sense out of this. Right, so got my greenhouses. I'm going to cover this area in beehives, poplar trees, and oh yeah, beehives, another concealing item that we've got going on. Right, let's talk sheds. I know, that's why you're here, isn't it? We're talking sheds today here on the Shed channel, and sheds. There we go. Right, I've picked up a couple more just to give me some variety. We picked this up. Can't see that happening somehow. Pick this one. This one. Can see that happening. Nice open-sided, but it's not very big. We've got this rustic business. Yeah. I quite like that. I quite like the garage. All right, how big are we talking about? It's actually not that big at all. So we've got two choices. We've got this nice flat area out here, and there's lots of it. You can tell from this patch that I've done here that this was always the original plan. But again, we're then mucking with the central road idea. Although me drawing a line like that makes me go, What if you were to divide this field into 2, right, and have another access road there? Then you can grow 3 crop types at once. Now, admittedly, what's quite nice is that, you know, these 2 big narrow fields are a doddle to set Johnny Helper to work on, and then you make the cash coming out the other end of it. Now, the only problem with this shed action here is I've no idea which way round it faces. Oh, and it's a build it yourself as well. I've no idea how the build it yourself system works. Alright, scrap that for the moment. I might still give it a go, but we'll scrap that for the moment. MF means manufacture yourself or some such. This looks promising. This does look promising. A vehicle, oh, look at that. It's more than promising. That'll tick the box exactly. Quick vehicle shelter. Yeah. Yeah. Where else would it like to go? Obviously, you've got some grass there that needs moving. Okay, yeah, but if we were to stick it about here somewhere. About there. Don't just be hasty for the sake of it. Be hasty because you mean it. Alright, okay. Yeah, that's good. Right, obviously I need another one of those. That one on its own is not going to cut it. And unfortunately, we know already that there is a hidden reef down there somewhere that we can't do anything about. So let's line it up this way. Should have held the snap to grid option on, which is C. Wait, what? No. You will? Oh, hold on. We were getting an interesting flash there. Interesting flash. Go on, stay green. Or just rapid fire click. Go on. Do it. Deformation of terrain has failed. Then why are you flashing green? Huh? I don't mind deforming the road. Oh, flipping heck, I'm almost out of money. All right, okay. I think we may have to settle for this. Now that leaves me one big area of brown there, and I'm gonna stick that full of trees. I think we'll just tree it up. If I were to, oh, it's very tempting to put a little tractor corridor here. How's that gonna work? It's not, but it's tempting. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, but why? What useful purpose does that serve? Hold on, wait. Why don't you rotate this? I mean, it's going to be more challenging to get it placed. It's not. Yeah, okay, no, so it isn't. Or we use a different style. Small vehicle shelter. Let's try the easy one shed with light. Yeah. Now, the only thing that matters here is that the easy one shed with light is on pretty much the same altitude as this big vehicle caper we got down here. Okay, all right. Well, you know, it'll be what it is. Go on. It's going to be the same problem, isn't it? All right, okay. Well, if we go this way a bit. Anywhere at all? You know what? Yeah. What they need to do with this landscape terraforming manipulation tool is if you manipulate the landscape, it just wrecks everything that is in contact with the bit that you're doing. You know, it needs some kind of disclaimer or caution. You're about to remove a tree stump that is buried 900 feet below the surface. Would you like to proceed? Yeah, I would. Yeah, stuff that tree stump. If I want the whole thing flat, make it flipping flat. I wanna, you know, that's a very nice place for it. All right, there we go. Good. Right, 53 large left. Let's put in the remaining bits and piece. So in this case, we're going to want to go to miscellaneous, and we need a vehicle workshop. Bee houses, don't worry about that. Don't worry about them. We want a gas station. Defo want a gas station. Right. A petrol pump. Yeah, it is a petrol pump or a gas station. Well, should we stick it here? Well, no, the neighbours might get to it. You're right. And we don't want to be, you know, giving free fuel to the neighbours. Ingrates. Right. Where makes sense, though? Here makes sense. If you make it make sense. That doesn't make any... Never mind. Right, there we are. Right, okay, so this is going to wrap it up. I'm not kidding. I need to make a bit more money. Then I need to do some texturing, and then I need to do some plumbing in of various bits of scenic loveliness. And I shall do all of those things before you next arrive. And then, that's all right, I'll leave myself something to do, don't worry. And then we will discuss whatever is likely to occur next. I don't know where to put this petrol pump. Maybe the best time to do it is after you've done everything else. I think leaving it out here where the neighbours can potentially access it is not actually the worst idea ever. It collides with an object. No, it doesn't. There's no object here. We're talking about the shed. Yeah, look at where the shed is. Look at where I'm putting this. The two are a long way from one another. There we go. Fuel up. Booyah. Let's see if I can't just quickly squeak this shed in while I do some kind of wrap-up, kind of caper kind of thing. Right, yeah, there we go. So that's the plan. In fact, having it over the other side is good. Yes, I appreciate that it's going to get in the way of quite a lot of my pig farming endeavours, but this is the right place for it. Right, good. That'll do. I'm down to my last 20k. Yeah, fortunately I've got seeds and I've still got, that's what, probably another 20k's worth of bales on the land. It's all good. I'm in kernel failure. This was, thank you, just don't press any buttons you don't need to. This was supposed to be the wrap-up episode. It's not though, is it? Look at it. Look, it's just disgusting. The mess is appalling. We'll do a quick drive over here and see how flat it isn't. This needs smoothing. Yeah. Petrol pump. Fill me up, please, me. There we go. Still have to pay for the petrol, but that's okay. I mean, don't have to drive as far. So we could put important stuff in there I need access to. That's good. Grass up some more of this, or put even more sheds. Yes. Park some more caper in here. Oh yeah. Oh, look at it. Look, you can just drive through that. Yeah, it's going to be good. And then a whole bunch of barbed wire, which is going to be very tedious to place. But if you do a halfway decent job of it, it should look brilliant when you're done. Okay, all right. Well, stay tuned for the next one. The next one might not be along in an immediate kind of a fashion, but it will be along. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on it, and watch something else that's on the channel, because it's all brilliant, and some of it is even funny. Not this though, obviously. No, there's nothing funny going on here. This is just some pillicking around. Right, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Right, good. There's that then. Yeah, that's the end of the series, except it's not the end of the series. It was supposed to be the end of the series, but it just isn't. I've got to do a bit more. I've got, basically another one to do here. And I think I might do it live. Because that way it can take as long as we like, and we can get up to capers at the same time, probably. So yeah, watch the skies, and you'll see an advertisement of some description for when we're going to kick off. Yeah, that'll be good. It'll be a fun time to be had for all, I'm sure. Me doing a spot of decorating. I won't do any decorating. I was going to do a bit of decorating and then give you a tour, but instead I thought, no, actually, stuff that. Let's do it all live. I'm basically repeating myself. If you give it another 5 seconds, I'll probably go again. But yeah, so I mean, today's episode was supposed to be the last one, but I didn't quite get through everything I wanted to, and it was already starting to stretch out a little bit. So I thought, you know what? Let's do it all live. Yeah, I'll do it as a stream. Because, rather than it take, 3 hours and then I condense it down that way, we can spend 3 hours in each other's company having a rare old time. This may not be the first time you've heard this, of course. But, there's a very good chance that it could happen again. Almost unexpectedly. And without warning. Rather like the last part of this episode. I'd thought that this was probably going to wrap the series up, at least temporarily. I've got no intention of shutting the Bullgrazer Ridge down, but for now, I think we'll move on elsewhere. But I do want to get the brown fully decorated, and it occurred to me that, rather than doing a kind of standalone episode to get that done, that we could just do it all live and have a live stream and a bit of a chat and a party and all of that kind of thing, and and that would probably work out quite nicely. I'm sure that's come as a surprise to you. It shouldn't have done, unless your memory is as good as mine, because I've said it half a dozen times now. Well, I haven't. I've said it like 4 times, but let's go for half a dozen. Let's see how that pans out. because this was supposed to be the last in the series. But I thought to myself, rather than just do the decorating there, I thought let's do it live. That would be a delight, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a delight? Would be a delight, and we could join each other on a live stream, and that'd be good too. But with this being the last in the series, well, it was supposed to be, the last in the series, and didn't quite get through everything that I had intended to get through, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it does open the opportunity for us to do it live, which is what we're going to do. Live. This. So, you might want to keep an eye out for when I start advertising that we're going to do it live. No, not a pre-recorded episode where I've done all the work and then chopped it up. No, well, I think, might come as a surprise to you, but we'll do it live. No, I'm done. You're safe. You're not sure you're safe, though, are you? And by now, I reckon about 50% of you. Oh no, that number's going up by the second. Oh, look at it. Look, you can't bear it. You can't bear not knowing how long this is going to go on for. You can't bear it. I don't believe that more than 10% of you have not checked how long is left of this video. Now, I could be incredibly mean and now add, another 10 minutes of black screen at the end of it, and then reappear at the end of that. I wouldn't do that to you. No, not me. You're thinking of someone else. I'll have to do that one at some point. That'd be good. Although I've done it, I've done it non-deliberately on a couple of occasions, as it turns out. I'd editing, right? Here's the thing, right? So I'll particularly when I'm doing a lot of videos all at once, or when it tends to happen is when I don't do the whole video edit in one sitting, or it's not a massively complicated edit. So something like some of these episodes actually have been fairly complicated in the amount of cuts that I've got in there, and they tend to go quite well because I've got more of an attention to detail thing going on. But when it's more of a straightforward run through, and then coming out the other end of that, you've got 4 or 5 episodes that you're doing back to back, because I ingest all the stuff into my editing thing all at once. Sorry, I almost lost my train of thought there. All my stuff into the editing thing at once. I then leave that to have a think about it. I come back, queue up one, smash it out, queue up a next one, smash it out, queue up the next one, smash it out, and once in a while I will leave a little bit that is 20 minutes beyond the end of the edit for that video, because the videos vary in length from time to time, and therefore you get a little bonus piece of information at the end of it, rather like coming along to a live stream. Who knows what kind of bonus information could reside in there? And it occurs to me now that maybe doing a live stream would be a good way to wrap this series up, because I don't think I'll get it all done in the usual amount of time that I would dedicate to one of these videos. It's just as well that this rapid fire sunset sunrise business that I've got going on to the side of me there, I've looped it cleverly. All right, cleverly, but there's loads of it, you see, so I can keep this up for a bit, and I'm in that kind of mood. Yeah, I am. Oh, that's another thing. Apologies for the sound, as in there weren't any sound attractors. Yeah, I noticed this last week, Oh, yeah, I spotted it. I spotted that OBS wasn't recording the game sound. And I went, mental note, fix that before you start recording again. Tell you what, mental notes are rubbish. The kind of notes you want are written on paper. I even I keep paper for this very point, for this very purpose. In this one, it says 18 minutes, 10 seconds, resync. Video broke. You'll notice the cut. If you go to around that point, it won't be around 18 minutes, it'll be at some other point. But I need to do a resync because it just froze again. And the problem with that is that it freezes the sound recording and the video recording independently. So if I don't spot it and I don't fix it, the whole thing is just completely gone to pot. which is why there is a great deal of merit in doing this kind of stuff live. Because